it real challenging. So it's been a good change for me.
As a coach, I mean, you come back here and you look at the great talent and all the wonderful things that are happening here, these coaches here that you felt. How do you feel now watching it? Does it make you think about that decision you made about stepping away?
Well, I'm real comfortable with not coaching anymore. I would say 2 or 3 times this year I got a little bit of a twitch and thought, you know, maybe I can step down there and call a couple timeouts and make a couple substitutions. But basically, I've been real comfortable with the change. I coached 19 years at Proviso East, and I was looking to do something different. I was looking to spend a little bit more time at home. And being an administrator, I'm busy, but I have a little bit more freedom in my evenings and able to do that. Driving down here was a little nostalgic. I got a little excited and looked forward to coming down to see these tremendous games. So I've liked my change so far.
You know, you mentioned to me once a couple years ago when you were here and won the state championship in '92 that getting by the quarterfinal round was a big relief for you, and you thought maybe for the players as well. As you get by the semifinal and then into the final, does it actually build up or take away some of that tenseness that players and coaches get?
Yeah, I think the quarterfinals are just miserable. You know, you play once. If you don't play well enough, you go home. No trophy, no second game. And then the thing about the semifinals and the finals, there is really little time to get nervous. You literally finish your game today and begin preparing for your game tomorrow. If you're fortunate enough to win the game tomorrow morning, then you start preparing for the game that night. And I think that quarterfinal is a real tough one for the coaches and the kids.
Bill, great to see you here. Glad you can relax and enjoy and not have to worry about the semifinals tomorrow. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Joe. My pleasure.
Bill Hitt, the former Proviso East head coach here, just relaxing and enjoying this with the rest of us. And we'll be enjoying the quarterfinal finale that is coming up next. Conant against LaGrange Lyons. And we'll be back to preview that ball game from Assembly Hall after this word from our network sponsor, your local Ford dealer. We're back live at Assembly Hall, ready to cap off an exciting day of boys Class AA quarterfinal basketball action here from Champaign. Joe Passion back with you as we preview this final of our quarterfinal game, and if it's anything like the previous 3 have been, it should be a dandy. First off, let's talk about the visitors that will be in this quarterfinal game. And our visiting team here, of course, are the Cougars from Hoffman Estates, Conant High School. Hoffman Estates in the far western suburbs of Chicago. And a great record this year for the Cougars and Coach Tom McCormick, 27-2 as they come in here. Hoffman Estates is a growing community, so let's take you down Main Street, USA with our country company's Main Street video. Hoffman Estates has grown by leaps and bounds since being incorporated in 1953. Today, over 44,000 people live in the northwest suburb. The school district has 11,000 students total. Hoffman Estates is home to one of the largest shopping malls in America, Woodfield Mall. New housing developments and large office buildings continue to make this one of the fastest growing areas in the state of Illinois. The road to Champaign for Conant has been a difficult one, just getting out of the northwest and western suburbs, particularly with a very hard-fought win in the super sectional against Naperville North. Now, the home team here today will be the Lions of LaGrange Lions, and LaGrange also a near western suburb of Chicago. And they've got a large contingent here to watch their Lions, and veteran coach Ron Nikovich stepping down after this season, a season he hopes continues into tomorrow. As we go into LaGrange, Illinois, let's take a look at our country company's hometown footage. Settled 115 years ago by victims of the Great Chicago Fire that came to farm and rebuild their lives. Today, LaGrange lies about 10 miles west of downtown Chicago. The Burlington Railroad provided many jobs for early settlers. Now it serves as a convenient commuter stop for the 20-minute ride into downtown. LaGrange boasts of its mid-Victorian homes, including many Frank Lloyd Wright masterpieces. Lyons Township High School encompasses 2 campuses. North Campus opened its doors back in 1890. South Campus is located in Western Springs. Their venerable coach, Ron Nikovich, has announced his retirement at season's end and hopes to go out the way he came in, with a state championship trophy. The road to Champaign for the Lions. OT against St. Joe's, knocking off a great battle against St. Pat's and then beating a very tough team, Brother Rice, in the Super Sectional. Brother Rice out of the Chicago Catholic League. And so let's set the table for this final quarterfinal game, and we throw it over to center court to Kenny McReynolds and Tom Stocker.
All right, Joe, thank you very much. Hello again, everybody. Here in our final quarterfinal game, we got two teams that are at totally different ends of the speedometer. You've got Conant. They've been taking their fast break, run and gun, slam jam attack throughout the suburbs this year to a tune of 71 points a game. And you've got Lyons Township, very patient, 1-3-1 zone offense, smothering opponents to 42 points a game. First of all, the Conant Cougars, Kenny, they may be one of the best teams ever out of the Mid-Suburban League. Some, in fact, have called them this year Suburban Dunk Incorporated.
Hey, you know, they don't like that title, Suburban Dunk Incorporated, but that's what they're called because, like you say, they like to get up and down the floor. They like to make it exciting. They like to slam dunk. But, of course, now LaGrange Lions, hey, they don't have that. They don't want to do that. They want to slow this game down. And, of course, what can you say about Ron Nikovich, his final year as coach here at Lyons Township in LaGrange? He didn't want any ceremonies, nothing fancy. Hey, just play the game.
The Conant Cougars are coached by Tom McCormack. They only won 2 games in his first 2 years as head coach. Now the last 5 years, they've won 20 or more. They've been knocking on the door to the Assembly Hall. This year, they finally kicked it in. And we had a chance to talk with them to talk about the strength of this team as they come to the Assembly Hall.
Well, even though both teams have a style, I think, that's built off of their defense, I think they're contrasting. We're a little bit more of an up-tempo team where I think maybe we can pressure and trap a little bit, where I think they'd probably like to play in the half court a little bit more. So I think our edge will be if we can develop the type of style during the type of the game that we want to play rather than the half court game that they'll probably want to play.
The Cougars of Conant are triggered on their offense by Corey Brown, who has scored nearly 20 points a game.
Well, yeah, he's the man. I mean, he's flashy. He can score 20 points per ball game, 4.5 rebounds. Look at the free throws, 109 free throws for Corey Brown. I had a chance to spend some time with him earlier today. He watched the morning session. He couldn't wait to get this game started tonight. He told me, hey, you know, we got to wait around until after 8 o'clock. Let's get it on.
25 years ago, when Ron Nikovich first coached at Lyons Township, he had one of the most athletically talented teams in the history of IHSA basketball. The late Owen Brown, Marcus Washington, Dane Van Skyke and company went to a 31-0 record and a state title. Now in his final year, he's here in the Assembly Hall with a team he says maybe his least athletically gifted team of all that he's had.
But you know what they do? They slow things down. They make you work. They make you play defense. Hey, he's here. That's what he wants to do. He said there's nothing fancy about his last year. He has 15 seniors, 13 players, and 2 coaches, and he also told me he's going to the prom.
Well, he does not want to make a big thing about this being his final year. But before the game, we talked to him, and I asked him about the kind of team that this LT Lions team is that he brings to the Assembly Hall in his final year.
Well, we feel that a game such as the magnitude of these tournament games had to be played on a 5-on-5 basis. Oftentimes, in whatever the level is, pro or college, that games of this particular magnitude are going to be decided in a 5-on-5 half-court game. So we start out the season that way with the idea that ultimately we're going to, you know, hope to make a run at things at the end of the year, and that's the way the game's going to be played. We'll get out there and play with people. We'll get out in the open court when those situations are available, but we're not going to allow for that kind of thing to be our lifeblood.
This is not a team full of superstars, but Steve Davis is the man in the middle. He is their leading rebounder, and he scores enough, just enough to be dangerous, and he'll be the man right inside defensively.
But look, and also look at his field goal percentage, 51% from the field. He injured an ankle with 2 games remaining in the season, so he's coming off a little sore ankle. He's not 100%, but he will be the go-to guy today.
We're about to determine our final semifinalists for tomorrow's 2 games, which will eventually determine the state champion. Will Ron Nikovich be coaching in his last game? We're going to find out as the introduction of the starting lineup is coming your way after this.
We're down here on the floor of the Assembly Hall in the University of Illinois campus as we get ready for our Class AA boys quarterfinal game number 4. And it should be quite an interesting contrast with much the same type of excitement as we had earlier today. Of course, we saw a lot of above the rim back and forth 94-foot basketball here in this AA previous 3 quarterfinal games. And these two teams, as you heard Tom and Kenny mention, much more of a plodding, structured offense and pressured defense, which should make it all that much more interesting. But the Ron Nikovich connection is making the most interesting aspect of all. The emotion of his final year and how it's been playing on the players has been undescribable. Talking to some of the players prior to the game, watching them in the tunnel, a lot of them just eyeballing the coach, and the coach himself earlier walking around the tunnel by himself. You could just see he was taking it in, finding maybe his own sense of contentment. And now on the court, he brings it all out. And let's now check in with the starting lineups and our PA announcer, Steve Adams.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the coaches and players for this 4th and final quarterfinal round game featuring the Cougars of J.B. Conant High School of Hoffman Estates, entering this game with a record of 27-2, and the Lyons of Lyons Township High School of LaGrange, who come into this game with a record of 26-4. First, introducing the non-starters from Conant. Number 10, a 6'2" senior, Sean Rabago. Number 12, a 6'3" sophomore, Jeff Berkman. Number 32, a 6'3" junior, Dave Dubois. Number 33, a 6'1" senior, Paul Visner. Number 34, a 6-foot junior, James Ewan. Number 35, a 6'4" junior, Rob Shader. Number 43, a 6'2" junior, Bill Crutch. Number 44, a 6'3" senior, Amberson. Jason Amberson. Number 54, a 6'3" senior, Brent Benson. And number 55, a 6'9" junior, Jeremy Roach. And now let's meet the non-starters from Lyons Township High School of LaGrange. Number 10, a 5'10" senior, Peter Sprague. Number 11, a 5'11" senior, Chris Korinsky. Number 12, a 6'1" senior, Mike Steemack. Number 20, a 5'11" senior, Willie Spear. Number 22, a 6'3" senior, Andy Hedinga. Number 30, a 6'3" senior, Dan Grisbeck. Number 44, a 6'3" senior, Andy Bush. Number 50, a 6'3" senior, Mike Green. Number 54, a 6'5" senior, Mark Wojtowicz. And number 55, a 6'4" senior, David Yates. And now, let's meet tonight's starting lineups. At forward for Conant, a 6'4" senior, number 22, Rick Kay. At forward for Lyons, a 6-foot junior, number 5, Mike Warkenteen. At the other forward for Conant, a 6'5" senior, number 25, Ryan Johnson. And at the other forward for the Lions, a 6'4" junior, number 24, Dennis Carroll. At center for the Cougars, a 6'4" senior, number 45, Rob Solinsky. And at center for Lyons Township, a 6'8" senior, number 40, Steve Davis. At one of the guards for Conant, 5'10" and a senior, number 23, Dan Lohner. And at one of the guards for the Lions, a 6'2" senior, number 4, Steve Litkey. At the other guard for Conant, a 6'4" senior, number 24, Corey Brown. And at the other guard for Lyons, a 6-foot sophomore, number 34, Graham Alexa. And now introducing the coaches. First from Conant, the assistant coaches are Bruce Hildebrand and Dan Travers, and the head coach in his 9th season is Tom McCormack. And for Lyons, assistant coach John King, and the head coach in his 25th season, Ron Nikovich.
So the starting lineups brought to you by DuPont Canopy, the no-till herbicide. Maybe the big pressure is going to be on Graham Alexa, the sophomore, who will be at the point of that 1-3-1 zone defense. There you see the matchup, forwards, centers, and guards. Little height advantage in the middle for LT as you take a look. Maybe a slight edge to Conant.
Yeah, it really should be an outstanding ball game just because of the contrasting styles. And one thing we do know for sure, that Conant has the better looking gym shoes.
It must be the shoes.
Oh, I tell you.
Take a look at those yellow and blue numbers from Lyons Township. Hey, they don't care. People have been poking fun at them all year long, and they're in the assembly hall. So it must be the shoes.
Has to be something. Coach Nikovich, of course, said it is a disservice to the players to make a big deal out of his final year.
The Cougars open up with the basketball. There's Brown. Underneath. Laying it up and in, Rob Solinsky.
Nice ball movement right off the bat. With a nice ball movement, and Solinsky with the layup.
Now we'll watch the patient LT attack. They've averaged just over 54 points a game. Short off the iron from Graham Alexa. And the Cougars coming back the other way. Lohner over to Johnson. Johnson, free throw line jumper, good. A confident start for the Cougars.
A very confident start for the Cougars. They left Ryan Johnson on alone at the free throw line, and he buries it.
Dennis Carroll giving it over to Workentine. Back to Carroll. The baseliner's a bit strong. And in the battle for rebound position, a foul. And it's going to be against Conant.
Over the back going for the ball.
Dan Lohner picks it up. One of the co-captains, a 5'10" senior, heading for Eastern Illinois University. Here's Litkey over to Workentine. Workentine trying to drop it, gets it right back. And Conant strong on the boards. They rebound Solinsky. They waste little time in moving it up court. Strong was Kay. And Workentine the rebound for LT.
Boy, you can see that the Lions are in no hurry to get across to get it up. See, they just walk across the timeline. Don't look to shoot in a hurry.
Here's Litkey to the baseline. Yes. Count the bucket.
Count the bucket that may go against Corey Brown.
Our officials, Charles Brown and Jesse Knighton, here in this final quarterfinal game. We've determined 3 of our semifinalists. The final one comes from this game. Steve Litkey, good leadership, much improved this year. The three-point free throw's no good. But it's dug out of the corner by Alexa. Litkey, he traveled. Litkey last year was leading the West Suburban Conference in assists, and Ron Nikovich benched him. Said he was playing a little bit out of control.
Well, yeah, you have a system, and you have to play within that system.
Brown had a notion.
Oh, backdoor line.
Brown came in the backside with a two-hand flying jam.
Nice assist by Kay.
First 2 of the game for Brown, who averages 20 points a game. Conant leads 6-2. Nice little scoop shot for Graham Alexa. Took it confidently right down the middle for his first two.
Nice little left hand scoop.
You saw the last time down on that slam how the 1-3-1 can be very, very prone to that backdoor play. Three-pointer, no. Tip up, good by Brown. Who snuck again on the backside of that 1-3-1.
Got to block Brown out.
He's got 4. Some notes on these two teams. Conant rated 14th in the final poll, making its 4th appearance in the Sweet 16, but has never won a state trophy. LT not ranked in the final poll, 7th appearance in the Sweet 16, and they were state champs at 53. And of course, Nikovich's first year, 1970. Brown rims off from the corner. The rebound controlled by Steve Davis.
Throw it away.
Little miscommunication. Workentine cut the wrong way, and Alexa airmailed that one over across the way. LT a bit of a shaky start. Drew the double team, dumped it off in the corner where Johnson lets it fly and hits it. It's a three-pointer.
Well, Johnson let it fly for the three-pointer. Boy, but what a screen that was set there by Kay.
He's got 5. Ball out of bounds, but LT will keep it. They trail by 7. We have a timeout on the floor. 4:45 to go first quarter. Conant leading 11-4. One of your network sponsors is Country Companies. Tom Stalker and Kenny McReynolds with you. Our 4th and final quarterfinal round. And early, the LT defense has been riddled by Conant. They have gone to the board strong, Kenny. And LT, we knew their zone was going to get the acid test tonight, but so far, they got to regroup.
They have to regroup so far. Conant has done a great job with that zone. Of course, that backdoor lob to Corey Brown really seemed to get things going real well for the Cougars.
Lyons with the basketball. Here's Workentine open from the free throw line, and he made him pay. He gets his first 2 of the game. Workentine, who averages 7 points a game.
Everyone just stood back and let Workentine walk right in.
Rims off for Ryan Johnson, and LT gets the rebound. That's Steve Davis.
He knows that once they get the rebound, just take their time.
They break the pressure just barely. Dennis Carroll.
And that's a quick shot for LT.
Yeah, they didn't waste any time. They picked up the tempo a little bit. Lohner over to Kay for 3. Count it.
Nice little left-hand shot over the zone from behind the three-point stripe.
They can hit from outside. They can bust you inside on the boards. Going to a personal athletic team. Workentine pulls up at the free throw line. Rims off to Brown. Kay on the break. One man to beat. Nice crossover dribble. But he couldn't finish it up. Did everything right except the layup. Under 3.5 minutes now for the first quarter. 14-8 Conant. Going up with a jumper is Carroll. No.
Good
Davis.
follow.
Davis working the offensive boards for his first 2.
Nice follow by Davis.
Brown from way outside. Yes! He about ripped the nets right off the rim with that 3. He's got 7.
That was a line drive shot.
And they break the pressure. That's Graham Alexa. Just inside the free throw line. He's got 4.
Well, I think Lyons Township is doing an outstanding job breaking the pressure.
Kay for 3. Yes!
You have to locate Kay. You can't leave him open like that.
Kay shoots 31% from outside the arc. He now has 37 on the year.
And he's 2 out of 3 tonight.
That's Carroll, no. Alexa to Carroll on the baseline. Swish.
Well, Alexa never really had control of the basketball. He was able to push it over to Carroll for the 2.
But if there's one team that can adjust and be flexible and pick up the tempo, it's a Ron Nikovich-coached team. Short on the 3 was Kay. Brown, though, on the offensive boards to Kay, who takes it right up to the hoop.
I've been impressed with Kay. He had 8 points tonight, but he has a good floor game. You know, when he's on the floor, he looks like a good basketball
player. Good vision there by Brown to see Kay off the side. Lidke, a little trouble handling the basketball. Working team. Now Davis from outside. Yes.
Did you notice 4 men touched the basketball that trip? Everybody touched the ball. Everyone was involved. They come away with a little 2 points. Nice little jump shot from the side.
Just over a minute left to go in the first quarter. Conant's lead is 6 at 22-16. It'll still be Cougar basketball. And now here come the first substitutions in for Conant, as they bring in Jeff Bergman, along with forward Rob Schrader and guard Dave Dubois, as they replace Lohner, Johnson, and Brown. Solinsky was pumped. He took his eye off the ball just a little. So far from outside the arc, the Cougars hitting 57%. He doesn't shoot a lot of 3-pointers. They're shooting 32% when they do. Oh, sneaking inside behind everybody was Schrader, who gets his first 2.
Yeah, he just snuck in, and all he had to do was reach his hands out and get the basketball and come away with the 2.
45 seconds left in the first quarter. Lyons down by 8. Double team is Lidke. Alexa comes over and gives him a pass. Dennis Carroll brings it back outside. Lidke, nice move to his right, and gets the kind bounce. He has 4.
Okay, Conant now will go for the 1 shot.
Steal by Carroll. And he takes it all the way. Conant going for the last shot. Their lead sliced to 4 after 1 quarter. 24-20, the Cougars with the lead. We'll return after these local messages. And we want to welcome our viewers on Sports Channel Plus up in all around Illinois. Thanks for finding us. We're here with our 4th quarterfinal game from the Assembly Hall in Champaign on the campus of the University of Illinois. A couple of suburban Chicago schools going at it in the final game, as Hoffman Estates Conant controlling most of the first quarter. But that nice steal by Dennis Carroll at the very end of the quarter may be just what LT needed to give them some momentum going into the second period. Top stalker Kenny McReynolds with you at the Assembly Hall in Champaign. Conant had an idea for an 8, maybe 9-point lead going into this quarter, but Dennis Carroll and LT had other ideas. And Kenny, that play could prove to be very pivotal for the Lions.
That was a real big play. Nice defense in the passing lane, comes away with the 2 points. But I think Lyons Township, they're going so quickly. I think this is Conant's type of pace, though. I think Lyons Township would rather slow this down.
That was Lidke hitting the bucket. Here's Brown for 3. Swish. Comes right off the bench.
Can he play or what? Can he play or what?
Brown with 10. This is breakneck speed for LT.
Oh, it really is.
Remember, they've held opponents to 42 points a game. They've already allowed Conant 27. Davis finds Carroll. Somebody got a piece of it. In fact, they held Glenbard West to 29 points in one game. Oh, nearly the steal by Alexa, and he comes away with it. One man to beat, he scores with the left hand.
That's just hard-nosed defense by Alexa.
Those Lyons players aren't afraid to get there again. They aren't afraid to go dive for the basketball. Nearly a steal by Carroll, but he was out of bounds.
And of course, they're playing on a lot of emotion. This is Coach Nikovich's last season. They want to send him home with a trophy. Look at Alexa right there. He just goes down, battle for the basketball, good body control, uses the hoop to shield his man, and they get the two. And now they come up with another steal.
Davis blocks Brown inside and came away with the steal all in one.
Hey, don't underestimate what emotion can do. I was part of that DePaul program with Ray Myers last year. We didn't have a lot of talent, but we won 27 basketball games because we wanted to send Coach Ray out on top.
Carroll, skip pass across over to Workington. Here's Davis from outside of the free throw line.
Well, I think you got to put a hand up on somebody. The Cougars aren't doing a good job putting hands up. I mean, Davis is just standing right there.
How about some solid ball movement by LT as well? A timeout on the floor. 6:17 to go first half. It's a one-point game. One of your network sponsors is All Sport. Tomorrow at the Assembly Hall, we'll crown our two three-point showdown champions in Class A. There are the four finalists. And we'll gun it out tomorrow at the Assembly Hall. There are the finalists in AA. They'll burn up the nets in the Assembly Hall to find out who is the best from three-point range in the big three-point shootout. Conant, their lead, sliced to one. Now with the basketball. LT much more mobile now in its zone defense than it was early in the first quarter.
Well, a couple of points would do that for you.
Brown nearly in trouble, got it back outside, gets it back, but quickly Workington's on him. Move it around to Kay, through Brown's hands.
Oh, what
great
a
save. Here's Alexa. He scores. He's got it. What an opportunistic LT team.
I'll tell you what, they're taking advantage of every little mistake by Conant.
Brown in a double team. Gets it back. Kay skipped it across. Back outside to Ryan Johnson. Now Brown finds Johnson. But he put it up too strong. Got it back. Comes down the other side to Dave Dubois, who gets his first two of the game. Nobody blocked down, and he snuck in the backside.
Exactly. Lyons Township didn't do a good job at all blocking out that time.
Davis strong to the hoop. No foul call, but he put it in. He's got 8. LT leads 30-29.
What a steal.
Alexa nearly the steal, but everywhere the ball goes, you see a yellow jersey.
It's unbelievable.
Anticipating the steals, going into the passing lanes.
Carroll, Alexa, Linke, these guys are everywhere.
And meaning no disrespect, a bunch of no-names, but have played tremendously well as a team.
Well, they may be a bunch of no-names, but they've done a heck of a job getting here, and they've done a pretty good job tonight.
Every time that ball, the entry pass in on the block, there's a hand in there. The ball out of bounds. The Cougars keep it. 4:23 to go in the second quarter. Dubois to Kay, who puts it up from outside the arc. Out of bounds to the Lions.
See, now, if I'm Lyons Township, I run my game. I slow it down. We have the one-point lead, run my offense. Don't get caught up in a running gun. Of course, Conant would now try to press, trap the basketball, and open this thing up. But now that you're across the timeline to take a good shot. That's a good shot.
Carroll just a bit strong. Davis got inside. And somebody, Kay climbed his back and picked up the foul.
Now, this is a pretty good shot. You get the baseline, you have to take this shot. A little 10-footer won't go. But watch Kay. He comes down over the back of Davis.
13 foul on Conant. LT with 1 team foul so far. Linke squares up. Nope. And Brown pushes the ball down court. He hasn't scored in a while. There's a break up by Carroll. Leaped out of nowhere.
Just comes out of nowhere, jumps across. Just good hustle by Lyons Township.
Workington, nice no-look pass to Davis for the left-hander. They're putting on a clinic.
They're putting on a great clinic of hustle, determination. Here's another steal. Don't get caught up in it, though. See?
Litke, yeah. Oh, they're going to call the blocking foul on Ryan Johnson.
So I think they got caught up in it. You know, you got the big crowd here. You get caught up in the emotion. Fortunately for Ron Nikovich and Lyons, they come away with a block instead of a charge. But Linke, oh boy, that's close.
It was close. He did get Johnson in the air and reaching in.
Here it is again. You be the official. What do you call? You know what? I think it's the right call because he was not stationary.
Right, and he did reach in up on the top. Here is Litke, who hits the free throw. Litke now with 7. He is a 66% foul shooter, averaging 12 points a game. Ron Nikovich, 58 years old, closing out his 25th year at LT. 460 wins. Litke gets them both. LT leads by 5. And a foul called in the backcourt.
On Carroll, over the back, going for the basketball.
That'll be his first. Second team foul on LT.
Oh, look at this.
Carroll comes back with a steal. He's open and banks it in.
Boy, was he wide open or what? After you make the bad pass, you just can't stand around and look. Oh, my goodness, I made a bad pass. You have to continue to play. Now it's a 7-point lead for the Lions.
Kind of reminds me of that line in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Who are those guys? Oh, nice inside move, cutting to the backside. Ryan Johnson now with 7. Alexa, nice dish to Davis. Oh, he gets a kind bounce. The bouncers are going LT's way.
The bouncers are going LT's way, and I tell you what, I still think they're playing an up-tempo basketball game for them. We're so used to the Lions playing a slow game, but of course the Cougars of Conant, they don't want to get up and down the floor.
They certainly haven't scouted LT doing this. I'm sure it's probably caught the Cougars a bit by surprise.
Oh, no question about it. But when you have a coach that has been on the sideline 24 years, he can adjust.
Brown can't bank it in. Davis the rebound. Everything the Cougars are touching is going wrong. Over 2 minutes now left to go in the first half. Litke shut off by a double team, in trouble in the corner.
Oh, timeout.
And calls a headsy timeout.
Because when you're double teamed in the corner like that, you have the baseline as your third man.
Right.
So actually you're triple teamed with nowhere to go.
In that case, really, you're quadruple team.
Yeah, because you have the sideline and the baseline.
You've got no place to go.
You had nowhere to go, so he called the timeout, which Coach Nikovich applauds and says, okay.
We talked about the three-point shootout tomorrow. Also, we'll have the Grand Slam Dunk Spectacular sponsored by Denny's. There are the finalists in Class A. All part of the big happening weekend here at the Assembly Hall. The AA finalists from all across the state. Mattoon, Cahokia, Streamwood, and St. Charles. They'll dunk it off tomorrow. Find out who's the best.
We're all right. We got to turn it up defensively a little bit. The shot puts up crash the boards. Right? Defense, fellas. Let's go to match. Here we go. Defensive rebound. Yeah, red. 1, 2, 3.
I think Tom McCormack hit it on the head. They've been concentrating so much on offense, they've forgotten to play a little defense.
Yeah, let's turn it up a little bit on defense. As you said, they do so well offensively, but you really have to give it to Lyons Township. They've done a great job of running their offense.
McCormack said travel. Yes, it was not a basket. It was after a timeout, so he picked up his feet. Workington did and turns the ball over.
Cannot travel.
One thing that McCormack had told us, we don't want to get lulled, he said, into their kind of a game. They're not being lulled. LT's taking it to them.
Yes, Lyons Township has done a great job playing their game.
This is Brown. Boy, he's been quiet for a long time. Out front to Solinsky. They skip it across over to Lohner. Dubois gets it out front. Here is Brown for three. Barely caught iron on the way down. It was short.
Yeah, he was wide open, too.
Orkentine gets it to the front court to Carroll. Watch the motion from LT away from the basketball.
So they want to bring it back out, run it over, start it over, run their motion offense.
Look the way they spread out Conant's defense.
Well, see, Conant's double teaming the basketball, too, everywhere they go.
Carroll, it's
knocked out of bounds.
Off the Conant Cougars.
Oh, look at this.
Take a look at the final. Georgetown beats the Illini, whose home is right here at the Assembly Hall, 84-77. So Georgetown will play most likely the Hogs of Arkansas.
Well, we'll have a chance to see Lou Henson and Jimmy Collins back here tomorrow.
Under a minute for the first half. LT Lyons Township leading by 7. Pulling up is Workentine, nothing but net. He's got 4.
Again, no hand in his face. He steps through, saw a little seam, nobody in his face, so he just takes the shot.
They've outscored Conant 20-7 in the second quarter. Here's Brown. He hits the 2. First 2 in a long time. He's got 12 for the game.
And he may be the man that the Cougars have to go to.
You see the clock in the corner. 7-point Lions lead.
Go for one shot now, that's for sure.
Pulling up is Litke. Boy, he does that so well.
He really does. He just pulls up, buries the shot. They're going to go in at halftime with the lead. What a surprise, huh? What a surprise.
Wow. After one half of basketball, Lyons Township, trailing by 4 after the first quarter, leads by 9 at halftime. 42-33. As they outscore the Cougars in the second quarter, 22-9. And Joe Passion in a little bit.
Also no pass on slips or issues at the state tournament, so please remain.
Tom Stalker, Kenny McReynolds with you at the Assembly Hall.
Okay, here comes
where
Joe.
We are about to begin our halftime. Yeah, obviously, Tom McCormack not liking what he saw in that second quarter, and he was going to go right to the locker room to let his team, I'm sure, have a few choice words. Let's go down to Joe Passion.
All right, thanks very much, Tom. Tom, as you go into the locker room, obviously there's some adjustments on your mind. What are they, and how do you hope to put them out in the court in the second half?
Well, we came out and we had a great first quarter. In the second quarter, their defense started to take effect a little bit. We've got to do 2 things. We've got to do a better job of keeping the ball out of the middle of the floor defensively. We've got to get better movement offensively, get some cutters going through their zone. We'll try to do that the second half. We'll see if we can do a better job of that.
All right, Coach, thanks for coming over. Thank you very much. Coach McCormack and his Conant team in the locker room, and right now trailing LT here at the break of our quarterfinal finale, and we'll be back with more of our halftime festivities from Assembly Hall and America's original March Madness after these words from one of your network sponsors, Country Companies Insurance. Back live at Assembly Hall, the Lions in the locker room with a 9-point lead over the Cougars in our quarterfinal game number 3, already advancing to the semifinals, 3 teams, and we'll set that table for you a little bit later on as we look also at tomorrow's festivities here at Assembly Hall, including the Class A 3-point showdown finals, the Country Companies 3-point showdown. Now, these are the 4 finalists in Class A. They'll take on the winner of the Class AA Country Companies 3-point showdown finals. The winner of each class will then shoot out in the championship game Saturday night for the King of the Hill 3-point showdown. Now we'll look at the Class AA Final 4 in this 3-point showdown finals, and they too will be trying to put it up from long distance. Mark, Chad, Mark, and Corey will all be here. The winner of this group will take on the Class A champion for the King of the Hill. Now, of course, there's also the Denny's Grand Slam Dunk Spectacular. These 4 kids will try and slam them home for the most points. They'll get 3 tries. Tyrone Nesby of Carroll is the defending Class A champion and put on quite a spectacular show Thursday night in the prelims. And the AA finals will feature these 4, the winner of the Class A and AA Denny's Slam Dunk Spectacular will take each other on in the King of the Hill. Now, other happening 94 festivities going on here. Team reunions are taking place. The 1969 Sweet 16 teams are here, their 25th anniversary, and the 10th year of the Elite 8 teams in basketball. Over 200 former players, coaches, cheerleaders, they're all on hand. And in the Great West Hall of the Memorial Stadium across the street here from Assembly Hall, there's a huge buffet going on tomorrow afternoon. You're all invited. And also some great card shows happening. Comic books, everything's on hand, collector's items, including, look on the bottom of your screen. Yes, there are even America's original March Madness trading cards that are on sale. It's the first year ever. These, ladies and gentlemen, will indeed be worth mega bucks down the road. So you want to come by and get yours. I've already got mine, and I'm hoping that it's going to cash in big time, or I may just keep them and give them to my grandkids later on down the way. Stay with us, though. You won't get old watching the second half of this Class AA quarterfinal finale, and we'll return with the second half after these local messages.
Final score in the NCAA Regional at Oklahoma City, Georgetown 84, Illinois 77.
Back in the Assembly Hall, Tom Stalker and Kenny McReynolds with you. We've got an exciting second half right around the corner as the Lions of LT lead 42-33 as they outscored the Cougars 22-9 in that second quarter. You know, Kenny, it's not glamorous to play defense. That's hard work. That's something you really got to work hard in practice. Everybody likes to be the big scorer.
Oh, sure.
Take a look at what defense has done for LT.
Well, no question what defense has done for LT. Look at the scoreboard, 42-33. They've done it with defense, but let's face it, Conant, they're called, what, Suburban Dunk Incorporated. Look at Corey Brown get up. Nice backdoor play. They draw that one up. Beautiful play there, slam dunk from Rick Kay. Boy, you talk about defense. This is what they do so well. Dennis Carroll with the steal. They go in for the nice layup for Lyons Township. Graham Alexa, he's also in there for his defense. You see that? Nice steal, get a hand on the basketball, picks it up. He'll run down court for another steal and layup for the Lions of Lyons Township and LaGrange. And Graham Alexa, you like that once? Hey, let's do it again. Defense, defense, always with a hand in the passing lane. Alexa tips it around. It's saved right there by Litke. Back to Alexa, goes down all the way for the drive and the layup. And now let's go to Joe Passion with Ron Nikovich.
Coach, give us a summary of that halftime discussion with a 9-point lead. How do you hope to extend it?
Well, we have to get back to playing our style of basketball, and we can't get caught up and running up and down the floor as they've been doing early in the game.
Are you happy with the way things are going? Are you making any major adjustments?
We need to adjust, and we need to get back to our style, right?
All right, Coach, go get him. Have a great second half. All business here in his final year. You know what Ron wants before he leaves this tournament. And we will be back with the second half of our boys Class AA quarterfinal finale right after these local messages.
Evidently, Continental Airlines. New peanut fares are
Leading by 9. What about those first half statistics? Well, they're brought to you by the dairy farm families of Illinois and Wisconsin. Milk, it does a body good. Look at LT. Shooting 67%. Earlier this year, they shot 60% for a game, so they're very capable of doing it.
That's unbelievable, 67%. Of course, the three-pointers, of course, Conant, 5 out of 10. Lions, 0 out of 1. And, of course, rebounding, not a lot of rebounds today. 12 for Lions, 9 for Conant. Turnovers, 6 for the Cougars, only 4 for the Lions.
LT so far this year has scored 60 points or more just 7 times. Their highest is 73. There you take a look at the scoring leaders for the Cougars. As they're led by Brown with 12. He was held to 4 points in the second quarter. Scoring leaders for Lyons Township. Davis with a strong inside game has got 12. Lidke with that little pop-up jumper from inside the free throw line is in double figures already.
Yeah, you talk about defense, you know, as we talked to Coach Nikovich yesterday, King High School has scored the most points off the Lions of Lyons Township with 60.
Right.
But look at Conant, they're at 33. I really believe that Lyons Township has to slow this basketball game down, play their type of basketball. I know I said that in the first half they didn't do it. They opened a 9-point lead, but I think the second half they need to do that.
Kay hits the 3 and he's fouled. He was fouled by Carroll, and he'll go to the line for a 4-point play.
Well, that's the way to come out of the locker room at halftime if you're Conant.
Came out and buried the 3-pointer.
Watch Kay. They swing the basketball around. As you see Brown, he'll kick it right out. Spots up, comes out, and boy, he's really creamed too. 4-point play.
And he gets it. Kay now with 12. That puts Conant 5 behind Lyons.
Oh, you have a man wide open.
They still break the pressure. Carroll pulls up. Leaves it now for Lidke. Lidke with a lane. Pulls up. They can't stop him on that move.
You can't stop him on that move. You can't give him that little lane. He's 5 out of 7 from the field tonight. 12 points.
Back to a 7-point Lyons Township lead. Zielinski kicks it back outside to Brown. Out on the block, Zielinski. The turnaround blocked by Davis. And the loose ball picked up by Workentine. They picked up where they left off. It's poked away from Workentine, but right to Carroll. Here's Alexa, the one-hander. Rebound cleared out of there by Ryan Johnson. And Kay brings it up court for the Cougars. Knocked out of bounds by Lidke. They've got arms and hands everywhere in the passing lane.
Always in the passing lane. They do a great job of having their hands and legs in the passing lane, contesting every pass that the Cougars make.
Third quarter action from the Assembly Hall. The winner will meet Carbondale in tomorrow's second semifinal game. That zone packed in there for LT. They work around the perimeter. Conant does. Here's Kay, a 3 that's strong. Argentine had the rebound. He's fouled, I believe, by Brown. Thought they're just going to say it was out of bounds off of Brown.
Yeah, they're just going to say Brown couldn't control it. No foul.
Again, full court pressure. LT's had no trouble getting it into the front court just about every time.
They've done a great job getting the ball right into the middle, getting through that press. Now they'll set it up, work their offense. They're in no hurry.
Conant with a zone of their own right now.
Well, hey, if I'm Lyons Township, that's great.
Yeah.
I'm in no hurry to play. I have a lead, and they're in the zone.
I think if there's one of these two teams that knows how to be patient, you know it's LT. Carroll buries the baseline jumper. He's got 10.
That patience really worked. Carroll's open on the baseline and buries that jump shot there.
Not saying that Conant can't be patient, but you know LT can.
Well, Conant doesn't need to be too patient. They're down by 9 points.
Oh, Kay slipped on the baseline, the backside, and got the great feed from out front and laid it in.
They beat the pressure again.
Workentine gives it off to Lidke. Nice move. Oh, he called him for traveling. I thought it was a pretty good move.
So did Ron Nikovich. He thought it was a pretty good move. Here it is again. Nice move down low. Sneaking in behind the defense was Kay with the layup.
In the corner, Ryan Johnson. Now Bergman to Johnson, shooting for 3. Off the rim, rebound Alexa. The sophomore has played tall. The breakdown to Workentine. Didn't have enough on it, but Davis is there. He's strong. On the fast break, Brown with the jam. The first Conant jam in a long, long time since his backdoor jam back in the first quarter.
Exactly, but that's their type of basketball. You know, they're not going to get out of their game. Conant, they like to run and gun, throw up the threes, get the dunk, so they're not panicking. 10 seconds.
A little too patient was Lyons Township. Now things beginning to go Conant's way. We have a timeout on the floor. Third quarter action, 4:24 remaining. One of your network sponsors is your local Ford dealer. We're back at the Assembly Hall as we pick up one of the few breaks that didn't go LT's way.
But look at that nice soft touch, a nice spin, just laid on the rim, wouldn't come down. But now watch Conant. This is what they do so well. They like to run and gun, and they love to dunk. At the other end, Corey Brown, he beats the defense down into our Denny slam cam. His second slam dunk of the night. Brown with a team high 14 points. He's tied with K.
Up until that point when Davis missed the offensive rebound, pretty much every bounce had been going LT's way. That was one of the first times that Conant was able to counter with the kind of transition game it likes to play.
Exactly. That's what they want to do. Look at their field goal shooting this quarter.
Backdoor Brown didn't have control. Did a good job just getting it towards the hoop.
Well, he had a body on him. You put a body on a man, it's kind of hard for him to get up in the air like that. See, now this is what Lyons Township wants to do. Bring the ball out, take your time. See, I think they were getting to Conant's game too much for me.
They lead by 5. Here's Lidke for 3. Put it in the book.
Boy, it didn't even ruffle the nets. That shot was so soft, the nets didn't move.
Lidke with 15. An 8-point Lions lead. Brown going strong to the hook. Count the bucket, and he'll go to the line for 3.
Hey, Brown said, I'll get 3 the hard way. And watch, they get the ball to Brown. He puts the ball right to the floor, goes around. Boy, I tell you, he's really strong because Davis grabs him by the arm.
Davis gets just his first foul. Second for Lyons Township in this third quarter. The 3-point free throw is good. Brown now with 17. And now Solinsky heads to the bench across the way as they bring in Jason Ambrosen, a 6'3", 210-pound senior.
Hey, where's the beat, huh?
Wouldn't want to tangle with him. Foul in the backcourt. Foul charge to Kay. That's his second. And just Conant's first team foul in the second half. 3:28 remaining third quarter. LT trying to deal with that pressure. And they get into the front court. Chris Kurinsky, I should say, into the game. He had been playing point guard, but gave way to Graham Alexa in the starting lineup today. Torkentine. There's Lidke. Working around that Conant zone. Torkentine can't get the bounce. Davis working the boards hard. It's tipped to Carroll, and he's fouled on the play by Berkman.
Here's the shot again. You bring it up, you just keep the ball alive like this. Good things can happen to you, and they did a good job, especially Davis, keeping the ball alive, and they throw it away.
A rare turnover for Lyons Township in this game. Conant gets it back. In fact, for Lyons Township, that is just their 7th turnover. 6 for Conant. Conant trailing by 5. 2:44 remaining in quarter number 3. Brown trying to get around Davis. Davis the reach-in foul. His second.
It looks like Corey Brown wants to take over for Hoffman Estates Conant.
Well, he can do it. He scored 33 twice this year. Scored 31 against Schaumburg in the sectional final. Averaging 20 a game. So far, he's got 17. Kay with a double team in the corner. Underthrew the outlet pass, and it was stolen away by Kurinsky. And he'll push it down court ahead to Lidke. Township now wants to milk just a little more time off the clock with every succeeding possession.
Well, not just to milk the clock, but it's also, this is their type of basketball. This is what they do and how they play.
Gorinsky to Davis. Finds Morkentine cutting in from the right side. A little strong off the glass. Brown coming the other way for Conant. Under 2 minutes now for the third quarter. Brown on the block. It's slapped away by Davis. Brown got it back. Ryan Johnson is fouled by Carroll.
You don't want to start racking up the free throws. Here it is again. Now you see they do a good job slapping the ball away from Corey Brown. Take it back out, and here's your foul right there.
Johnson can't hit the baseline jumper. Davis had the rebound, and he's fouled by Johnson. His first.
Well, you know, it seems like every time that the Cougars seem to be on a good groove and start to get back into this basketball game, they miss a shot. All of a sudden, the Lions come up with the rebound.
Lions will keep possession. A minute 36 to go in the third quarter. Now is coming back in is Rob Zielinski. Zielinski, by the way, headed for the Air Force Academy in football. Was the defensive player of the year in the Mid-Suburban League. A league well known for football. May be underrated by some in basketball. The steal winds up right in the hands of Brown, who cashes in on the opportunity. He has 19. 7 in this quarter.
19 points, 7 assists. So you know Corey Brown is the main offensive weapon for the Cougars.
3-point lead now at 49-46. Little push in the corner. Little push in the corner. Brown picks up his second. Each team now with 14 fouls. So they've got a couple to give before they put the other team into the bonus. Johnson heads to the bench. Coming in now for the Cougars is Dave Dubois at guard. 6'3" senior. Davis. Watched there by Zielinski. In the lane, Lidke had a hand in his face. They got a piece of it. And Davis called for the foul in the battle for the loose ball, and he has quickly picked up 3 in this quarter.
So I think you may have to sit him down for the last 101 of the third quarter. I don't think you want to risk Davis picking up his fourth one. Here it is again. Now Davis will be going aggressively to their offensive boards, and there's a lot of contact there.
We're under a minute now for the third quarter. Conant with the ball, trailing by 3. Brown down underneath. He was looking to get it in to Rob Shaler, but it was knocked away, and it'll still go to the Cougars with just under 48 seconds remaining in the quarter. You feel that this minute here in this third quarter and the first minute of that fourth quarter is going to be so very crucial for Conant. And for LT, as that matter. Oh, coming up short with Zielinski. And LT with the ball looking for the last shot.
Boy, they've had a chance a couple of times to get close, tie it, or take the lead. They just haven't been able to do it.
30 seconds now. You see the clock in the corner of your screen.
Nice bounce pass.
That's Mike Wartowitz, who came in at the last whistle, number 54 for Lyons Township. LT leading by 3. Contact out front. And a foul on the drive, and it's going to go against Rob Zielinski.
Here it is again. Now, I don't think you want to, if you're Rob Zielinski, just a little body, just a little small contact. But boy, I tell you what, you had some weak side help right there. Let him go. You had a man there to pick him up.
Lidke pulls up from the free throw line, in and out. And a foul call. A little pushing in late in the battle for the rebound. And I think Kay picked up the foul. Was it Zielinski?
No, that's Zielinski again. I think he's so used to the contact on the football field.
7.6 seconds left. Litkey, a little push off. Hesitates. The leaner, no. Bankin, no. Follow, no. And no, it wouldn't have counted had it gone on that last tip by Davis. 1 quarter left. Lyons Township trying to give Ron Nikovich 2 more games to coach. They lead by 3. We'll return after these local messages.
Science Academy. They have the highest ACT of any high school in the country. And the kids here are from throughout the state, from Libertyville to Carbondale. And their director, Mark Running, has been here for 7 years, and these kids use music to chill out and have fun. They're doing that here today. Back to the game.
All those ACTs over there, and Joe single-handedly brought it right down in a hurry.
I'm glad you said it because I thought it.
They've got Alexa back in the ball game for Lyons Township. They gave him the breather, bringing in Korinsky late in that 3rd quarter. There's a turnover. A 2-on-2 for Kay. A whirling shot. No, a little whirling dervish. It's out of bounds to Conant. Remember Red Rush years ago talking about the whirling dervish.
Well, this was a whirling dervish right here. The little crossover, the spin and move, puts it up, just can't buy the buck.
Or is that a triple Salchow? Back out front to Brown.
I don't think that was a triple.
Double Lutz.
There you go. My daughter's a figure skater. I know these things.
Brown is open for 3. It's rounded out. And the rebound to Davis, who's been a big factor on the boards for Lyons Township. Lyons has been clinging to this 3-point lead. They were outscored in the 3rd quarter, 13-7 by Conant. Cougars getting themselves back in the ballgame. But as each second ticks away on the clock, Kenny, it plays more and more into Lyons Township's hands the way they like to play that slower, very, very deliberate game.
See, this is not just a deliberate stall. This is their type of basketball.
Here's Davis. Oh, has he had a game? Davis with 14. He averages just 11 a game.
Not only 14 points, but he also has, what, 14 rebounds? 12 rebounds.
Shooting for 3. Johnson can't get the kind roll, and Davis with rebound, what, number 15. This is Litkey on the baseline drive, kicks it out. Warkentine can't get it to fall. Out of bounds. Boy, there's Davis inside again.
Davis is everywhere, isn't he?
Let's see how this game has gone up to this point. For Conant, Brown with 19 points, 7 assists. They shot well from outside. With Lyons Township, 14-4, a 10-point edge in points off turnovers.
And they shot 67% in the first half. There's Coach Ron Nikovich.
Lyons Township turned it over while we're away. Conant with the ball, trailing by 5. 5.5 minutes left to go in this final quarterfinal game. Brown short on the three. And here's LT on the break.
3 on none.
Workentine all the way. He has 6.
Well, you better come away with 2 points when you have a 3 on none break.
A 7-point lead. A little push as Brown was going to the bucket as he was fouled by Lidke. Lidke getting just his first.
A very little push. Well, here they come on a 3 on nothing break. Workentine better get this one. And you have a 3 on none break, and it rolls around and around and falls.
Came off that glass just a little strong.
And there's your little push.
Both teams now, by the way, are in the bonus. 5:06 remaining in the fourth quarter. Corey Brown over to Johnson. Down on the block, Zielinski. Had to work hard against Davis. Banked it too strong. Follow-up good. It was Dave Dubois who got the basket. He's got 4. 5-point Lyons Township lead.
Just bring it back out, run your offense. To me, they're the Wisconsin Green Bay of Illinois high school basketball. Run that motion offense, take your time, use a lot of screens, a lot of down screens. There's a screen right there. The shot wasn't there. See, that's a bad shot.
Alexa.
Real bad shot. He had it earlier when he had the screen. He didn't take it, and he'll come right out, I bet, too.
Right. Ron Nikovich looked right at him. That's not the shot we were looking for in that situation. Remember, there's no shot clock. There's Carroll with a steal. How many is that for him?
They do a great job.
We got a timeout on the floor with 3 minutes, 59 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Lyons Township leads by 5. One of your network sponsors is Pepsi. Carroll's got 4 steals in the ball game. And here is number 4 coming up.
And he just jumps right into the passing lane. They try to skip past Carroll right there with his 4th steal of the night to go along with the 10 points and 3 rebounds.
I remember 25 years ago this weekend, sitting in my algebra class, listening to Ralph Foucher, who was then doing Lyons Township basketball. Of course, they had Brown and Washington and Van Skyke. Listening to a quarterfinal game just like this against Effingham St. Anthony, Mike Wensing and company. That LT won by 1 on the way to the state championship. Well, here they are again. 25th and final year for Nikovich.
How could you be in algebra class listening to the radio?
At that time, modern technology called a transistor, long before Walkmans.
Oh, okay.
And a little bitty plastic, one earphone. Long before stereo?
Long before my time.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that.
Yeah, but my point was, why weren't you paying attention to your algebra?
I was.
Okay.
I passed. Barely. There's Johnson. It spins around and out, but Zielinski on the boards. Oh, they're going to get a 3rd chance, but a foul by Carroll as he reached in on Johnson.
Yeah, Carroll came over, reached in on Johnson now. That's 4 fouls on Carroll. And he had to block out, say, here's a 3-point shot that just won't fall. Zielinski, the big football player, up, won't go. They come back again, loose ball battle for, and there's your foul.
So Ryan Johnson, a 61% free throw shooter, uses every bit of the iron there to pick up his 8th point of the game. And just his just his first of this second half. Second one a little cleaner. He has 9. 3-point Lyons Township lead. That's as close as Conant's been able to get. And there is a kick.
Yeah, that's a kick.
The kick, it came off Kay's foot. But oh so close to a big turnover. 3:28 remaining in the fourth quarter. Front court as Workentine leaves it for Alexa. The sophomore, after that one shot, has played an outstanding game out of the point guard. Carroll wants to bring it back out. It's out of bounds to LT. Some quick hands in there. Dan Lohner.
Lohner had his hand right there.
Workentine will trigger the inbounds play again as we near 3 minutes left. Davis on the weak side. Oh! But gets it back and scores. What a game.
That's why you follow your shots. Davis put up the easy shot, it would have been very easy to assume that layup is going in. It didn't go in. He knew it. He followed his shot, comes down with the layup and 2 points.
He's got 16, a 5-point Lyons Township lead. 2:47 left. Zielinski in the corner for the Cougars. Johnson spins down the lane. Davis the block. It goes out of bounds. It'll still be Cougar basketball.
A clean block by Davis. What a game by Davis, huh? 16 points, 14 rebounds, 2 block shots.
Not showing the effects of a late season ankle sprain that sidelined him the last couple of games of the regular season. Okay, over in the corner to Bergman. And it winds up in the hands of Workington. It went right by Bergman.
And who tipped it? Davis.
A walk. A little indecisive was Workington. He didn't realize he had somebody in the front court, had already committed himself. And dragged the foot. 2:19 remaining, a 5-point Lyons Township lead. But for the Cougars so far in the second half, so near yet so far.
They just can't get over the hump. They get close. The Lions of Lyons Township, they seem to bend, but they just don't break.
And the Cougars want to talk it over. 2 minutes, 11 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. They trail by 5. One of your network sponsors. Nope, we'll return after these local messages. One of the big keys in this game for Lyons Township has been the play of Captain Steve Davis at center.
Well, nice bounce pass to Davis, puts the shot up. This one rolls out, but he follows the shot, gets his own rebound. He uses the glass the second time's a charm for Davis, who has 16 points and 14 rebounds.
8 of 11 from the field. 5 offensive boards, 9 defensive rebounds. Has 2 blocks as well. Pretty much a full day at the office for number 40. Came into the game averaging 11 points and 7 rebounds a game, and he has done well more than that. But Conant trails by 5, and there's lots of time left for a team that can score like the Cougars can.
Have to keep an eye on Brown.
He has not had a point yet in this quarter. Kay from way outside. Hard off the iron, long rebound. Alexa tracks it down. Lidke gets it into the front court. They find Workington. Oh, there's a steal by Kay. Got right in the way. And smart foul by Steve Lidke.
Yeah, Kay got right into the way of the pass, and he comes away with a chance now to shoot 2 free throws. Great anticipation, I say, by Kay. To watch Kay, just good anticipation. The double team, the pass, Kay right there in the passing lane, but this is a good foul. Make him earn it.
Yeah, he saw Lidke was the only outlet on that pass. Got in the way, and Lidke picks up his second foul. Rick Kay, who also suffered a late season ankle sprain, which sidelined him for a while, gets the free throw. He now has 15. A 67% foul shooter, averaging 20 points a game, but has been held under his average tonight. And Carroll out-battled Brown for the rebound. 1:35 to go. For the loser, the season is over. For the winner, 2 more games tomorrow. And Conant does get the turnover. They trail by 4. Brown looks for a cutter. Nobody was cutting. Zielinski gets it back out front. Dubois. Over to Kay. 1:07 to go. But if you're Conant, you don't need to panic. Oh, look at that. Zielinski trying to force that play. Panicked a little bit on the corner and sent that one airmail special delivery.
And airmail to the Air Force. That's a football pass there.
1:01 to go. They lob it down court to Davis.
Well, you don't need the points now. Under a minute, they're going to have to foul him. Just bring it back out. They don't need the points. They're waiting a long time to foul.
They got the good ball handlers, and now they got both Alexa and Karinsky.
What are you waiting for?
And finally, Brown fouls Steve Lidke, who is a 66% foul shooter. Brown gets his third. As a team, Lyons Township 65% from the free throw line.
But Conant has, what, 2 timeouts remaining?
They have 2. So does Lyons Township.
You know, I think I would take one right now and freeze them. This way I would offer you the chance to talk to my team, set up my strategy.
Lidke, who averages 12 points a game, you see, has 15 points this evening. Running with a 1-and-1, no good. And Selinski gets the rebound. And
like I said, I wouldn't take a timeout to freeze him. Let him play it.
33 seconds to go. Here's a steal by Carroll, his 5th. 2-on-1 break. They score. Chris Kurinsky. 24.5 seconds left, and Lyons Township leads by 6.
Oh, what a steal.
What a time for this first 2 of the game for 5'11" senior guard Chris Kurinsky.
And I think that's our play of the game, if this lead holds up.
There's another steal, the 6th for Carroll. Here's Kurinsky.
It's over. The party's over, and LaGrange and Coach Nikovich will get at least a trophy. It could be 4th, but he'll get one.
59-51. The improbable march to a state title continues as Ron Nikovich blows kisses to the Lyons faithful across the way. And the veteran who has coached a total of 668 games, now 669, will coach 2 more. And a man who has a lot of respect for him, Tom McCormick, comes over and sends his best wishes. The Cinderella story continues for the gold and blue of Lyons Township. Who'd have thunk it? With every game, they believe a little bit more in themselves.
Unbelievable. Correct me if I'm wrong. They held Conant to 5 points that quarter.
Just before that, before able to cut to it, we saw Ron Nikovich blowing kisses to the...
Well, he'll take a trophy home now.
Yeah.
His last game, last season, he'll get a trophy. He can get 1 through 4, but he will get a trophy.
Let's go down to Joe Passion, who's got, obviously, elated Ron Nikovich.
Well, the great story is, of course, over here, Ron Nikovich, but Steve Davis is a big part of that. 16 points. We've talked throughout the week about the emotion you guys have brought into the tournament. Can you tell us about it and how it really helped out in this game?
Oh, we play as hard as we can when we're out there. Our defense, I don't know what we can say. We play extremely hard, and that's probably the key to our game, is our defense.
Well, a great game for Steve Davis today, our player of the game. Pepsi All Sports salutes Steve Davis, and everybody's saluting Ron Nikovich. You told us at half, if the guys play within our system, we'll knock off that deficit and come back, and like a prophet, they did.
We got great players, I'll tell you. They really gutted it out in the second half and got back to playing our style of basketball. And once they got back in our style of basketball with Steve here and Scooter and all our guys, everybody together did a great job.
3 players in double figures, Steve, and really against some more balance, and your pressure defense all the way to the final seconds with some big steals.
Yeah, I know. Key to our offense is we all have balanced scoring among our team, and that helps a lot in our offense. I don't know what to say. I'm happy.
Well, obviously, Ron Nikovich's career continues through tomorrow. You got 2 more, Coach. You've got to feel elated about that.
We want to just keep playing basketball. That's the fun of it. Playing basketball with these guys is, I tell you, it's a lot of fun.
All right, Coach, you're having fun. We'll have some more fun tomorrow. See you then in the semis. All right, guys. The magical season for Coach Nikovich will continue into Saturday's semifinals with their win here over a very feisty and talented Conant team. And one final note is we'll bring you back and talk more about the game, and we'll be back after this word from our network sponsor, Country Companies.
You know, living out here is uneventful.
Yeah, nice and quiet.
Something happens every now and then.
We're Unfortunately, you and country companies keep things from becoming catastrophes.
Country companies. It's nice to know when it matters most, the country's behind you.
You're even helping us plan for our future.
If we make it that far.
There's the final score. Lyons Township goes to the semifinals, and they'll play Carbondale tomorrow in the second semifinal game. And our play of the game in this quarterfinal game brought to you by American Airlines and American Eagle. Something special in the air. Dennis Carroll, what, 6, 7 steals in the game, including that one there towards the very end, leading to a fast break bucket for Chris Kurinsky. And this one salted it away for Lyons Township. I still think, though, Kenny, it was that steal by Carroll at the very end of the first quarter that totally turned the game around for Lyons Township.
That one may have turned the game around, but this one also put the icing on the cake for Coach Ron Nikovich and his Lions of Lyons Township.
An improbable season. Our American Airlines play of the game, and how appropriate a defensive play for Lyons Township. Heck of a final quarterfinal game. Tom Stalker, Kenny McReynolds with you as that Cinderella story will have at least another chapter with 2 more games tomorrow, semifinal game, then either the championship game or the consolation game for Ron Nikovich.
Well, you know, like I said before, I was part of the DePaul program during Ray Myers last year. We didn't have the best talent. I don't think the Lions of Lyons Township has the best talent down here either. But don't underestimate emotion. We won 27 games for Coach Ray his last year. Well, I said this was the Lyons Township's 27th victory also. So they're going for 28 tomorrow. Carbondale, they better be ready, because I tell you what, the Lyons Township Lions play tenacious defense. They get in the passing lanes. They do a great job.
Maybe it's the most satisfying for Ron Nikovich this year because of the way the team has done it, doing it in his style, his philosophy, almost epitomizing the way that he has coached there for 25 years. We take a look now at the stats on this game, in this quarterfinal game, and Lyons Township still shot well, 54% for the game, and held Conant to just 42%. Lyons Township had been holding opponents to 37% shooting from the field, and they held Conant down to 42%. 3-point field goals. Conant had the edge there, but that's not Lyons' game. Look at the rebounding edge. 12 for the Lyons Township Lions. They did have a couple of more turnovers, but they were such a very opportunistic team. Coming up, we'll wrap things up from the Assembly Hall. We'll return after these local messages.
As Assembly Hall begins to clear out a full day of 4 quarterfinal games here in our boys class AA basketball championships from America's original March Madness, and some great games played here. The one you saw just a moment ago, if nothing else, for Ron Nikovich and his great LT team. Against all odds, they continue to roar through this tournament and right into the semis. Let's again review for you the quarterfinal brackets as they broke down today and how they'll set up the semis on Saturday. Now, earlier today in our first game, it was Peoria Manual winning over Westinghouse in a well-played ball game. Manual with some great shooting over the house, 81-76. Rockford Boiling having to hold on to Libertyville and their late fourth quarter challenge by 9. So it'll be Manual and Boiling in semifinal game number 1, 11:15 tomorrow, Saturday. We're on the air at 11 o'clock. And Carbondale upsetting formerly unbeaten number 2 ranked Joliet by 12. And the game you just saw, the Lions over Conant by 8. That game to come later on Saturday. And of course, we'll also on Saturday have the 3-point shootout and the slam dunk finals. So we hope you'll be with us. For Tom Stocker, Dan Roan, and Kenny McReynolds, I'm Joe Passion saying so long from Assembly Hall and America's original March Madness. The Boys Class AA Basketball Finals has been brought to you in part by Country Companies Insurance. When it matters most, the country's behind you. The Pepsi-Cola bottlers of Illinois, who encourage you to be young, have fun, and drink Pepsi. Your local Ford dealer, home of the best-selling car and truck in America. And by the dairy farm families of Wisconsin and Illinois. Drink milk. It does a body good.